Hello, everyone. Welcome to the belated session of Season 3 of Pathfinder Norvald. We're playing a homebrew Pathfinder 1E campaign set in a land of ice and snow. Let's introduce our resident heroes. So Dave plays our human rogue, Angelus Planewalker. Yeah, you got an upgrade there. And Ad plays our half-elf ranger, Ulf, who's currently pretending his creepy sword isn't a problem, and Lee plays our half-elf cleric, Giles the necromancer. Our heroes have killed goblins, bugbears, and recently a barghest, and are on a quest to save, inverted commas, Norvald under the service of Viggo Carlson of Svard. So let's begin. It's been a while since we've played, guys. Any questions about the campaign?
How do we do things?
How do we do things? We'll do things as we go along. As is Pathfinder tradition, you say what you want to do, we roll some dice, and then we make it happen.
Sounds fun.
Excellent. I still don't know what I'm doing.
Okay. So last session, you guys were guests of Gary of Scraybard, and you were staying in his basically his equivalent of a palace, as much as a sort of a Viking chieftain has a palace. You were having all a nice bath in the sauna, and then you woke up and there was lots of chaos. Goblins had somehow invaded through a door to another world. Dave went through that door and felt very ill on the other side. Came back, shut the door behind him, and realised that the portal was gone. Most unusual. You fought your way through to the main hall, where you murdered Gary's wife. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. And you killed the bears that were there. Breaking through to the final area, you guys encountered a large dog-like creature, sort of weird flames on him, all sorts of things going on. And he told you about the impending doom and the incoming of a being called Jakar, which seems to be some sort of apocalyptic god from the context in which he was speaking. You fought the barghest to heavy casualties. Some of you fell unconscious. I think you rinsed through many of your potions, and eventually you prevailed over the beast, breaking through to the lords of Scraybard and Blard, and basically telling them what was up. As you rescued them, they pledged to send their army south to go to war with the people who massacred the party at the end of season 1, and yeah, that, as they say, is that you were told to head to Pient to meet up with your employer Viggo of Svard, and that's what's happening. So you guys have left Scraybard and you've caught a lift with a nice young lady called Marion and her horse Jethro, and you're currently riding in the cart on the way to Pient, which is coincidentally where you're from.
Yes.
So we'll start with you three in the cart trundling along. And I tell you what, I've got a little marker here. So as you can see, we've got this brand new Pathfinder Norvald map. You guys were here, and you're currently traveling along the main road heading towards Pient, which is here. And your hometown is just outside of Pient, which is here. So you guys are kind of heading towards where Ad's from, on the old Pient Road.
Pient. Okay.
Pient.
Okay.
So, are we all quite healthy now? And, we've got all our health back?
You leveled up, you're on full health.
Excellent. None of us are dying. Fantastic.
But we're all on full health?
Yep.
Sound. Thank God for that.
Yeah, you weren't doing so well at the end of that barcast fight.
Okay. Might help if I load up my character sheet.
Oh, Dave.
Oh, yeah.
So, a few talking points then. Ad, you've had this weird sword called Wrath with you for a while. It started out as a short sword in the hands of your opponents. You killed a few people, it became a long sword. After your fight with the barghest, it's grown significantly. You can't lift this thing now without using 2 hands. It looks even more sinister and dripping with blood. And just occasionally you hear a slight whisper from it, like you can barely make it out. It's not words. It's like Just every sort of 5 minutes or so.
Okay.
Sounds fun.
Do any of you guys hear whispering every so often? Anyone picking anything up? I just keep hearing something strange.
Is that something I can roll for?
Yeah, you can give me a perception. See if you can hear the creepy sword.
Just got to remember which one was D20 dice is. I've not seen it for a while. Okay, I found it.
Awesome.
And I rolled a 14. And then what am I rolling?
What's your perception, please?
Perception.
Now you've got an extra perception, haven't you? Which I haven't added to your character sheet because you have those eagle eyes, haven't you?
Which is 10 plus the 5, so that's another 15. What did I say I got?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay.
You'll have to roll again.
It's 14, so that's 15 plus 4, so 29.
29. Awesome. Strangely enough, as much as you think the sword is creepily, you don't hear anything coming from the sword. What about you, Dave? Do you want to roll perception?
Sure thing. Okay. I rolled a 1.
Okay. You actually think you hear the sword.
Okay.
You sort of like look at it and you think, can I hear something? Maybe I can hear the sword. I don't know. But either way, it creeps you out.
Pulp has that effect, to be fair.
Interesting. Oh, thanks. What happens when I pull it out again?
You can do. You could. Do you want to try and unsheath it?
Just a tad.
Okay. So before, if you remember, it used to make everything around you in a 10-foot radius go silent. You draw it, and it has no effect this time. You can still hear the wind, the guys talking, the rattle of the cart, and you can, you hear Marion talking to her horse as she sort of jangles the reins of her horse Jethro.
Oh, okay. Do I want to do this? I'll pull it out the rest of the way, just to check that it's still working.
Yeah. You ease the sword out, and you just see the red blade is very, very dark. And you know what? Give me a perception, Ad.
Oh, 20. Oh shit. Oh dear. I mean, 15.
You in the right light, you almost see like a really long another blade pattern almost in the blade, and when the cart sort of jilts, it's almost like you see the blades separate and then come back together.
Okay.
But it's one blade, but there's something a bit ethereal about it, like like it's really dense. For some reason, this sword feels really a lot heavier than it actually is when you draw it.
Okay. Very strange. I'll put it back in its sheath again.
Yeah, you sheathe it and it instantly feels a bit lighter. And you still hear the odd occasional whisper from the blade.
Okay. You definitely don't hear that, Giles.
Can't hear anything. It smells a bit funny. Can't hear anything.
Okay. What now?
Yes, what now, Dungeon Master?
Well, you guys sit in the cart for however long you want to until Marion calls back to you and she says, "Everything okay back there?" You're all very quiet.
Yes, everything's fine. Yeah, it's just feeling a bit apprehensive coming back to my hometown. It's been a while.
She nods. She says, "I go to Piant regularly. Is there anyone I'd know, like your family members, for example? Not many elves in Piant."
I think, did my old man die? Mother died. Old man was stabbed to death, I think. Or was it mother stabbed to death?
Your mother's dead. I think you said that your dad was still alive.
Mother died in birth,
Yeah.
and then didn't. There was a strange bloke,
He
white-haired
was
bloke.
crippled by an albino man, apparently.
Oh,
Very
that was
dramatic.
it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he was crippled by an albino man. He stole all his pelts.
Hmm.
And there was Bjorn Bjornsson, who I used to
Yeah.
fight with in Svard.
She says, "I don't know Bjorn, but what's the name of your father?"
That's a very good question.
Time to bring up a naming simulator.
We'll just call him Eric.
Eric sounds good.
Eric.
She says, "Oh, old Eric."
Yeah, old
Oh.
Eric. Bit of a limp.
Yeah. Human, not an elf.
Oh, yes, human, yeah.
Yeah. She nods. She says, "I know old Eric. He's been working at the tavern recently."
Oh, okay, keeping himself out of trouble.
She nods. She says, "I don't know why he still lives outside the town in your old house. He, him having to limp to work every day, but I suppose he likes to keep it cozy out there."
Indeed, yeah.
Mm.
Was never much of a socialist, I suppose, socialising.
She nods, and she says, "Well, it'll be good for you to be back in Kent anyway. Wonderful." She jolts on the reins, and she goes, "Whoa, Jethro!" And then she looks up ahead, and she says, "What? Someone's in the road." And you guys all look up ahead, and you see a tall figure in the road, with a large cloak and something like a bundled wrap in her arms. In this figure's arms, and she goes, "Is that a woman and a baby? But that's too big." And all of a sudden, the horse bolts, trampling down the old road, and this figure lurches out, and you see a very large tendril come out and trip the horse, and the carriage immediately begins to roll. Can I get a reflex save off everyone? Yes, please.
Is
So
that
on your character sheet, underneath
first?
your ability statistics, you've got fortitude, reflex, and will. It's the total number in the middle.
Oh, okay. So
7.
20,
Reflex save.
25.
You think I
for
can remember
me?
what a reflex save
Yeah.
is?
What's Baldric got?
Oh, shoot.
I have got a book.
Fleas, that's what Baldric's got. Oh, he's not bad either, to be
So
honest.
plus 0 for me.
Well, for old, well, he wouldn't be bad. That's 11 for him.
Nice. Did you say you got
14 for
25?
me.
Ed?
Yeah.
I
What the
got
rest of you get?
17.
17. Lee. Cool. Anyone who got less than 15 takes 6 damage. Anyone who got above that take 3. As the cart runs
There
off
we go.
the side of the road.
Old Boulders is on
I got 14.
3 hit points.
Already.
Oh, man.
And
Yeah,
so it
some of you.
begins.
Anyone who gets less than 14. So you guys. Yeah, anyone who got less than 15
What's that?
takes this.
Takes 6 hit points
Less
off.
than
that.
15 gets 6 damage. Anyone who gets more than
Mhm.
15 or higher gets only 3 damage taken off them.
What about if you got less than 14? Was that?
You guys groan as you exit the carriage. and
Unless
you
I think, it
notice
was 14,
that,
now it's 15, is it?
Marion
Let's see.
is pinned under it, and Jethro the horse has bolted.
Okay.
She looks like she's taken heavy damage, and she's groaning and wheezing, and blood's coming out of her mouth.
Okay. Has this technical thing disappeared?
There's no sign of it. You guys have come off the road, but also down the side of a cliff a little. So actually,
Oh,
you can't
okay.
see the road anymore.
Right. Is the ground safe around where she's pinned under this?
Looks, it's a bit rocky, but for the most part, it's very damp and dank. It's been raining earlier that day, and this seems to have really absorbed all that water. It's almost a bit swampy. It's cold, bit of ice on the ground, but it's a very sort of a swampy scene. And the carriages in front of you come down the side of this cliff, and the horse is just gone, and there's just a big pool of blood where the horse hit, and where Marion's been underneath the cart.
So I'll just say to Giles and Angelus, quick, come give me a hand. Let's get this off what's her face.
Okay, can I get a strength check off you, Ad?
Yeah.
And I'll give you +4 because it's +2 for every person helping you.
Oh, okay, so that's 19.
19. Cool. The cart is something very heavy to lift, probably a bit too heavy for you, but you find as you lift it, you pry off the planks of wood that are over Marion, and she manages to sort of wiggle out and under, clutching her chest as she sort of blood pours out of her. And she says, "Thank you, I thought I was going to be crushed under there."
No worries. Does anybody know what that was?
Knowledge checks. Can I get a knowledge?
Nature.
Nature.
I don't know if I've got a knowledge of nature.
17.
Yeah, I don't have that.
No idea what it is, Ad. Whatever it is, it does not seem to belong in nature. You don't know any animal that moves like that.
Okay, right. So looking around is the only way out of here back up where we came from.
Tell you what, I will switch the map, and we can have a look together.
New map there, Paris.
It'll get bigger, don't worry, as I reveal more of the area.
Oh, that's a very small map, Paris.
So as you can see, the cart's
Is it-
been turned over, the roadside was up and behind you, and the cart is just completely ditched. And Marion's just come out under. She's sitting, resting against the cart, clutching her dress. Her horse gone. And as you guys look around, you can see a tree line and murky water in front of you.
Okay.
So can we head off to the left and to the right?
Yeah, of course you can.
Okay.
To the right will be difficult because that's all a cliff edge. You'll have to try and climb back up onto the road.
So that where Baldric stood, is that swamp or is that a path?
It's all paths. So here's the swamp.
Path.
As you
Okay,
can
yeah.
see, the water. Everything else is sort of dank grass, and then the brown is the path. Or what looks like a path. A lot of it's like mud trenches.
Okay.
Oh, has anyone just noticed that
Yeah.
Dave sounds like a robot?
He's just gone Mr. Roboto, hasn't he?
Yeah.
True to form. You used to use that same laugh.
I think this is just Dave in general. He used to have this issue in his car.
Is he pretending to put this voice on? Is that what it is?
Can I get some perceptions off you all?
Yeah.
It's perception.
24.
Cool.
Uh,
You notice that the rocky cliffside behind you would be a bit of a pain in the arse to climb. It's incredibly steep. A lot of the rocks have slid down. You're not going to get up there without a really good climb check. And Marion's in no condition to climb anywhere at all. The rest of the place just looks like a swamp. There's nothing really special that you see, apart from, I will show more of this now you've passed that perception check. You see, sorry, 1 second. You see a series of large, extremely big trees, indicating you're in a really deep part of the forest. You see in the distance what looks like a skeleton resting against a haphazard gravestone. And you see in the center of one of these swampy areas over here, you see a strange looking bush in the center. Looks really odd, like really out of place. And it really stinks of stagnant water.
Okay.
I'm sure this is now where we should just walk on, but I really want to check out what that is.
No, it's no.
oh, Dave, please sort your microphone out. Jeez. Just no one can understand what you're saying.
Yes, I'll be back into the quarry
Alright.
to figure out when how to. Yeah, there it is.
Especially because you're gonna die in a minute, so you know.
Definitely need to hear me for that.
Oh, you're back now.
Oh, there we
Cool.
go. Perfect.
There we go. See, I'm an engineer. I used to be.
Oh,
What do you guys want to do then? You've got this.
where that bush is, can I fire an arrow? Just try and just clip the bush.
Yeah, of course you can. Can you roll me to hit with your arrow, please? It is. Let's have a quick look how far away it is.
Thanks. +8, is it? Oh, yeah, I suppose you need to measure the distance there. Yeah, forgot about that.
Oh, here we go.
65 foot
So +8.
+8, yeah, because it's under 100 feet. Yeah, d20 +8, please add.
That's 22.
22. That is a hit. Can you roll for damage, please, Ad?
D8. So yeah,
Straight D8 for you, isn't it?
4.
4. Okay. So your arrow seems to clip this bush, and the smell gets an awful lot worse. You see a big patch of moss scrape away, and you see underneath a sort of a strange, cloying, plant-like flesh as this creature, or whatever it is, rumbles. And you see very similar tendrils to what you saw on the road creep up, and this bush rises on 2 stumpy legs.
Oh, I thought they looked too much like legs.
A mass of tangled vines and dripping slime rises, reeking of the rot and freshly turned earth. Can I get initiative, please, guys?
Oh,
Oh no.
I thought I could get away with it.
And season 3, you all died. Alright.
How do we do it? Oh, yeah, D20 plus.
Oh, -1 for me.
18.
Here we go.
Maths are failing me. 17.
15.
15 for you, Lee. 17 for you, Dave. What you get, Ad?
18.
18. Let's do it for the Shambler. How'd you go first? You've just
Okay.
taken 4 damage off this thing.
Nice. I'll try for another 4 again with the bow and arrow.
Okay, cool. D20, please. Plus
Yeah.
8.
So that's 12.
12 is a miss, I'm afraid, Ad. The arrow goes sailing by and ends up in the ditch water of the swamp. Dave, your turn.
Oh no. I'm gonna knock an arrow, fire an arrow at it as well.
Yep, cool.
Can I ask, what time of day is it?
It's probably a couple of hours after dawn. You haven't been travelling long after the Barcast incident. You pretty much got bunked into a carriage and sent on your way. So you've only been with Marion a couple of hours, but it takes a good 5 hours to get to Kent normally. So you're probably pretty damn close to where you need to be.
But the fact is, it's you say dawn, so it's okay.
It's a couple of hours after dawn, so the sun is rising.
Yes, that's
Oh,
the
it's
problem.
probably risen by now.
I would prefer dusk because then I won't be so worried about using spells.
Right, for you, Dave, because it's 65 feet away, you can either move to try and get a bit more of a bonus, or it'll be a +5 for you, Dave.
I'll move to try and get a bit closer, I think. See if I can get my shot.
Yeah, cool. If you move within 60 foot, you get a +7 bonus instead of +5. Your character's on there, and you should be able to move it.
Cool. So as long as I'm within 60 foot.
Yep.
Sounds good. I'll go there.
Awesome. D20 +7, please.
D20 +7, no problem. Okay. Maths. 23.
23. That is a hit. And for damage, you are a D6, aren't you?
Yeah. Just rolling the 1d6, am I?
Yes, please, because sneak attack only works within 30 feet.
Ah, damn. Okay. 4.
Okay. This creature's taken 8 damage. Lee, your turn. Or Giles, your turn.
Yes, I mean Giles is gonna stay close to his fellow colleagues here, look after them, and do nothing else. So I'm just going to move myself.
Giles is saving all of his spells.
I'm going to move myself here for the time being, and that will do me. I'm looking after Ubik. I'm looking after Angelus.
Ready to heal them at a moment's notice.
Thanks, Pete,
Exactly.
thanks.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate it.
Okay, so the Shambler's gonna use its full movement to get to you.
There we go.
So this thing isn't particularly fast. It can take a sprint. This thing's equivalent of a sprint, and it can only move. Well, it can only move 60 feet
Oh, shit.
Only 60 feet.
Only
Right?
in total. So it's got a 20-foot movement speed. So it's going to do a saying that it can only do double, can't it? So 40 feet. So yep, sorry, it's going to go over to here. And that's where it can be for now. And its weird tentacles its weird vines, not tentacles, are pointing straight at you, Angelus.
Angelus won't want. They look poisonous to me. You're saying.
I'm just going to dive out of the way so then they just like hit off.
I have a delay poison. You may be needing that soon.
Thanks, man.
Oh wait, this thing isn't as big as it actually. I need to increase its size slightly because this thing isn't as
Oh no.
it needs to look bigger.
To me, I think you mean it needs to get smaller. Oh god.
There we go. That's about the size it should be.
As long as the stats don't change with it. It's right.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Ad, it's your turn again.
So, Can I cast and then move?
Yes, you can.
Is that okay?
It depends what spell.
So what I was going to do was cast Sun Metal on whatever melee weapon Angelus is using.
Let's have a quick look at Sun Metal. So Sun Metal is one standard action, so that's fine. You would be able to move and cast it. Yeah, that wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, I'll cast Sun Metal on Dave's favoured weapon.
Okay. What? He's got the short bow in his hands. Are you going to cast it on an arrow or is bow?
I'll cast it on. I can't cast it on somebody he hasn't got out.
Oh, sorry, it's a melee weapon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you got in your hand, Dave? That's a melee weapon. You've got your throwing axe, haven't you?
Yep.
And a dagger.
Let's go with the throwing axe.
So I'll cast Sun Metal on your throwing axe then, which gives it a +4 fire damage.
Ooh, nice.
Awesome. So the throwing axe bursts into flames as the head glows with the fire.
And I shall retreat. However, I do that now. Can I do that? No.
Just because I was late.
Oh, I'm over here. I'm clicking on the wrong person.
So Dave, you now get a 1d4 flame attack with your weapon.
Okay. A 1d4 attack. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't. I've got to just drop. So.
Sorry, what's Baldric doing, Ed?
He will be retreating along with me.
Okay, so you tell him to heal.
Yeah. Heal, yeah.
Cool. Dave, sorry, it's your go now.
Okay. I'm gonna have to just drop my bow, aren't I? And shoot my axe.
Yeah. So it's a swift act. That's if you want to be able to attack it this round and do your movement. So you get one standard action, which is like your attack or to basically use something. You've got your movement action, which is separate, and then you've got what's called a swift action, which is reloading a weapon or discarding something. So you'd use you chuck it away and use your swift action to retrieve your axe.
Okay. I'll do the swift. I'll chuck my bow back towards the cart.
Yep.
And then I'll shoot my axe.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
And then, can I attack in this one?
Yeah, you can move in an attack.
Down. Let's do it. I'll go in for an attack.
Excellent. So your throwing axe in melee is, if I remember correctly, is it +5? Oh no, sorry, that's not you.
Throwing axe is +5, yeah.
Yeah, +5 to hit in close range, one-handed. Yep. Cool. D20 +5, please, Dave.
No problem. Okie-dokie, 19 plus 5 is 24.
24 will be a hit on the Shambler.
Sweet.
So have you thrown that, or you're just using it as a hand weapon at the minute?
Using it as a hand weapon.
Okay. It's just that Sun Metal lasts 2 rounds.
Cool.
1d6, please, and then +1, and then if you tell me what your fire damage is separately, please.
Okay, so 1d6. Plus what, sorry?
+1 is your regular damage.
4.
4. And then could you roll 1d4 for me for your fire damage separately?
1d4.
You don't have D4, just do your D8.
Yeah, and halve it.
Okay, do a d8 and a half.
You don't have the
4.
little pyramid, Dave?
Is it? I did.
You don't want to lose that. You certainly don't want to tread on it.
Oh,
Oh, no, thank you. I don't know where that's gone, dude. I rolled a d8 and halved it, and I got 4.
Okay, no worries. So you cut across it with your throwing axe. And can I get a perception from you, Dave?
Okay. Plus my perception. I'm good at the moment. 23.
You notice that whilst the axe cuts nicely and cleanly, it kind of just increases the bad smell of the fire as the dripping soil and foliage just doesn't seem to burn with the fire. This thing just seems too soggy and disgusting to be impacted by the fire of your weapon.
Ah.
Unfortunately.
Bugger.
Lee, your turn.
okay. Well, I, against my best judgment, I'm going to walk up to this creature and inflict serious wounds. I'm going to inflict serious wounds to this creature.
Serious?
Oh, you're at
Is that a new
serious
one?
wounds now. Oh, wonderful.
Problem is I can't quite remember what I have to roll.
It's fine. So you roll to touch the opponent. So your melee is +2. So it's d20 +2, and you have to beat what's called it's it's touch AC. So your ability to just literally put your hands on a creature. Fortunately, unless a creature's really dexterous, touch AC tends to be really low because it completely just bypasses everything's armor. Because all you need to do is just put a hand on something. So that's d20 +2 from you, please.
So
Lee.
is 18 high enough?
18 is certainly high enough on this large creature that isn't particularly dexterous. It's very easy for you to just put a hand straight on it. Can you roll your cause serious wounds, please?
What's that? D8.
Let's have a look. It's a few d8, isn't it? Let's have a look
It's
at your
3
level.
D8s, I believe.
Let's have a look at cause serious wounds. Or is it inflict serious wounds?
I did see it earlier. I've lost it.
Inflict serious wounds. There we go. 3d8 +5 points of damage.
That's one. 6, 3, and 4. So that's 13 +5, isn't it? So my maths is not good enough. Come on, Paris, help me out.
13 +5. That is 18. So you do 18 damage to this thing.
Just died.
So you see this creature shudder as the negative energy goes through it. It's certainly effective, and you can see that bits of leaves, bits of vines just strip straight off it, and you can start to see some of the bark, and again this weird plant-like flesh underneath, and the smell just gets really, really horrible. However, it does not bring it down. There's still plenty of this shambling mound left.
God. Anybody got any
shambler's
weed
turn.
killer in the bag?
Can I retreat?
You could do your movement round, but if you do, you risk triggering an attack of opportunity. You'd have to use a full. You'd have to use your full action, so that's surrounding your swift action, your standard action, your movement action, in order to retreat, and it would be at a half step.
I'll just stay here. It's fine.
Yeah. Fair enough. The shambler is going to turn, and it's going to turn to the person who hurt it the most, I'm afraid, and it is going to take out its tentacles, and it's going to slam the mass of it against you.
Dave, bite.
So you're on you, I'm afraid, Lee. Remind me what your AC is.
So low. I don't even want to remember what this is. Is it 9? Let's have a look.
Unfortunately, this thing rolled 20. Please take. Please take 16 damage, Lee.
Oof.
And also, as well, this thing has a good chance of grabbing you. So, as part of this action, vines come out and begin to wrap round you. You're going to struggle against this. What is your on your character sheet, Lee?
Hang on, I'm doing math.
You don't have to do any maths. You just need to tell me what it is. So you have something called your melee ranged and something called your CMB and CMD. So one is your combat maneuver bonus, one is your combat maneuver defense. Your combat maneuver defense is going to protect you against this creature grabbing you. What is your combat maneuver defense? Do you see it? On
It's the grapple is 11.
Yes, you are defending against the grapple or the grab, and it is 11 that you have.
Yeah.
Right, I'm just going to roll for this creature to grapple you then.
And I take 13 damage, right?
Yeah, you've taken that. Was it 13 damage?
I don't know. That's what I was trying to remember.
It was 11 plus 5, was it not? It was 16 damage. Where's this thing? There is it. CM. Plus 16 grapple. 17, I'm afraid. Lee, you've been constricted by this creature and you can't move. So every round from now on, you're going to have to struggle. And what you'll do is you roll your d20 and it will be your combat maneuver bonus. So it is going to be your d20 plus, I think, 2 for you, is it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, to overcome this creature from grappling you. And each round it's going to try and strangle you with its vines.
Excellent.
Fun. Good fun for everyone. Add your turn.
What's my movement? 30, is it? 35. I'll move 20.
Yep.
And for this round, I'll just fire an arrow at it again.
Okay, you've got a 50-50% chance of hitting Lee and the Shambler because they're now entwined.
Okay.
50-50 would seem good.
I'll do nothing else then for this round.
You're just going to let it strangle Lee slowly over the next.
When's that, or I put an arrow in Lee's?
What if he?
True.
What if he shoots him from behind? Like, would I still be in the way?
I haven't got the movement
Yeah,
to get there.
you're still tangled up in each other. You can move at double your speed, if you're running during combat.
Okay, and I've still got an action point, do I?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I will. I'll run up to the side of it then, yeah.
Yeah.
And I will whip out the old wrath.
Yeah. Good choice.
Oh, yes,
He
yes,
says.
sir. Go to the dark side.
You say good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll take a shot at it with wrath.
Okay.
Which is D20
Cool.
plus 4, is that?
So I've got some secret stats that I hide from you
Okay.
for Wrath. But there'll be certain things that you'll be able to roll.
Okay.
So roll as if you were attacking it with your club ad.
Club, okay. That's plus 5, is it?
Yep. And then you get some bonuses.
That's 21.
21 is certainly a hit, particularly with the secret modifier for this weapon as well. Now Wrath has been upgraded to a greatsword. You get basically you would normally not get we don't get a strength bonus on it anyway, but your damage has gone from 1d8 with the longsword to 2d6 with this, plus the blind bonus you get on this weapon as well. So could you roll 2d6 for me for damage?
Yeah. So that's 5 altogether.
Okay, awesome. So you take a massive chunk off the shambler, like a big branch, and just load of rotting mass falls to the ground, and you see it shudder as you do a significant amount of damage to it. And the sword begins to scream really loud. Can you do a will save for me, Ad?
Oh no.
Here we go. Come on. Oh no. Okay. So altogether, that's 6.
Oh god.
Oh, that's not good. Someone rolled a 2.
Yes. Damn it.
Yeah. You've lost control, Ad, I'm afraid.
Oh no.
No.
Can you roll a d4 and half the result for me?
Yeah. If I can pick it up. 1.5.
Okay, so we round that down. So for the next round, you've lost control, and then you get control back.
Oh, cool.
What's Baldric going to do?
Well, can I command him as I've lost control?
We'll say you commanded him at the same time.
I'll leave him where he is.
Okay, fair enough. Dave, it's your go, and you notice that Marianne's picked up your bow and she's put it in the wagon.
Okay, cool. I'm here. I'm gonna the one tentacle that's got Lee around the neck, like
Yeah.
Giles around the neck. Can I see like the base of where it's coming from?
Not really, because this thing is like, think of it like the Pokemon Tangler, surrounded in an armor of moss and rotting vegetation. So it's very it's tough to see the base of it, but you can see the vines that are actually attacking Lee. Yeah.
Okay. Can I take a swing at them? But the ones where they're not near Lee.
Yeah, you can. What you could do, Dave, is you could try and combine your efforts. So what you could try and do is hack at the vines while Lee's struggling to give him a bonus when he tries to break free.
Okay.
So what you do is you give him a +2 on his next roll to break out. So we can say you
Okay.
do that by trying to hack off those specific vines. Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. So while you're doing that, Lee, do you want to struggle for your life?
No, I would love to struggle for my life. Sounds like something I'd do every day, really.
So D20 +4 now, Dave's assisting you.
Okay, so I roll an 18, so that's 22.
Yeah, let's have a quick look at the combat. Scraped that, but Dave hacks away at the vines, you struggle away, and you find yourself on the floor surrounded by a load of dead vines, and again a load of just fetid smelling moss in front of you.
Would we, whilst I'm on the floor disgusted, would we know if this creature's like of the dead variety? Because it smells bad. I'm just wondering if I could take control of it.
Oh, let's have a look at what knowledge you have that would allow you to do it. I'm going to say that you would be able to use a knowledge religion check because you are a disciple of the god of undeath Nex. So I'm going to say you could roll a d20 +5 to find out.
All right. Can I do that now?
Yeah, of course you can. You can do
Right.
that as free action.
Well, that's rubbish. Actually, is that? No, that is definitely a 2. So I was checking it wasn't a 12.
Not 0 on the end.
No, it's definitely a 2. So that's 2 plus what?
That's 2 +5 for you, Lee.
Oh, okay, so yeah, 7.
No, 7. No idea. You don't think this creature is undead, but you don't really know. It smells certainly in the right place, but it looks very much like a plant.
Right. Okay. I might just try it a bit anyway.
Yeah, fair enough. So Lee, that's your go done, and it's the Shambler's turn, and the Shambler did not like being cut by Wrath at all. So Ad, you're going to take some damage, I'm afraid, if it hits you.
Yeah. Wait for it.
I'm afraid it rolled 30. I think that's a
30?
little above your AC. It rolled 19. Yeah, so that's definitely going to be a hit. So that's 2d6 plus 5. That's 3 and 2. So that's 5 plus 5. That's 10 damage, please, Ad.
Okay.
Can I just say, what a great start to the first episode of season 3. We're all getting battered.
by this giant, disgusting plant monster. I thought let's have a little bit of combat. Now we're all gotten together. Let's have something nicely tough.
Nice.
That's expecting a walk in the park.
It goes to grab you, Ad, but unfortunately it misses.
Nice.
It rolled a natural 1, so it cocked that one up. Ad, your turn. This thing has turned round and given you a swipe.
Am I out of control?
Oh, yeah, you've lost control, I'm afraid. Yeah, forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me.
All right.
Wrath is going to go berserk, and Wrath has few little, shall we say, feats of its own. Because Wrath is a combat-based weapon. It's going to take its first swipe at the shambling mound using its full attack, and that is
God for that.
plus 5 plus 3, 15. That's going to be a miss on the shambler. So yeah, it's not going to do any more because its cleave isn't going to take effect. So yeah, it's going to miss, unfortunately. But this sword is just absolutely screaming at you. Everyone's sort of having to kind of cover their ears because it just sounds like someone being tortured. I don't think I think Baldric's going to pin its ears back and whine. I don't think it's going to do anything else other than, you've been telling it to keep back, and this weird sword is now screaming. Dave, it's your turn.
I'm gonna hack at it with my axe again.
So,
Yeah,
question,
also-
Parish, with Wrath out, does that mean Lee's magic doesn't work?
Nope, the silence effect is gone.
Oh, okay,
It
cool.
doesn't have that anymore. It strangely whispers to you instead.
Oh, that's replaced. Okay, cool. That's good. then.
You have a bonus replaced by the fact that this thing takes control of you every now and then.
Nice.
The sword isn't a problem, Ad. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. It doesn't level up anymore, and it doesn't have even worse properties.
Why don't I believe?
You're gonna love it, honestly. Yeah, sorry, Dave, you're gonna take a swipe at it. D20 plus your attack bonus, please, on that weapon.
So D20 plus
Plus
5. Cool. 16.
16, I'm afraid, is a miss on the shambler. You strike your axe against it, but unfortunately, it just doesn't get past. It's really thick foliage.
Okay.
Um,
There's also the fiery thing that you put on it. That's gone now, isn't it? Or is that still in?
That's just disappeared, but it wouldn't have affected it anyway, I'm afraid.
Cool.
Lee, your turn. What are you going to do? What are you going to do when they come for you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm scared, if I'm honest with you. I'm looking at my spells, and I just don't know if this thing's going to be dead or not. But I think I might take a chance.
Are you still grappled, Lee?
No. I am free, and I could run away. I could summon a monster. I could try to command undead, but I just don't know if this thing's dead or not.
Can you command anything?
The problem is I've done that before. I can take control of a living creature, but
Not sure it's alive, are you?
no, I'm not sure it's alive. And even if I did that, it's probably not going to do. If I tell it to go away, it's probably going to come back and eat us anyway. From our previous encounters, if it's dead, that's good. Then take control of it. I can try. I can try and take control of the undead and see what happens. Or I could just kill it off.
That'd be good.
Yeah. I don't think the DM would give us a present that early on in the game. Or would he? I don't. Can I just go for a stab with my sickle?
You can.
Cool. So that's +2 on a
D20.
D20. Chase.
Okay. D20 plus 2 then.
Yeah, I can't read these.
Sorry,
bloody-
D20 plus 3, because your sickle's masterwork.
One second, I need to turn that. Oh, that's bright. Okay. So that's. Do you know what? These dice look lovely, but they're right pain to read.
Using the dragon ones.
Yeah, it's 13 plus 3, so 16. Yeah, they're well.
I'm afraid the Shambler has quite a high AC and 16 butters, no parsnips.
Great.
So you swipe at it with the sickle and nothing happens. You can't get through its foliage. Shambler's turn. Still doesn't like you, Ulf, I'm afraid.
Oh.
The sword is kind of freaking it out a bit. 22. What's your AC at?
12.
12. Sad times. 2d6 plus 5. That's 3 and 1. 4 plus 5. Take 9 damage, please. And what's your combat maneuver defense? CMD
17 plus
17.
Can you stab on some flowers, Ad, and just see if it. Oh no, you've got no control.
He will have control if he gets his turn next round. Unfortunately, Ad, you grabbed.
Ah, balls.
Yeah, it got 17 in total, I'm afraid. The Shambler picks you up, begins ready to strangle you next round. Ad, it's your turn, but you have to see if you can resist this creature. So it's D20 plus your plus 5 for your grapple to break free.
Oh, shit. 16.
16. That doesn't do it, I'm afraid. Shambler still has a good solid hold of you. You might need some help. Dave, your turn.
I'm going to swipe at the branch that's strangling Paul.
Yep, cool. So you're going to give him a +2 for his next freedom. Awesome. Lee, your turn.
I'm going to try and help and take a swipe at the. Do you know what? No, sod that. I'm just going to hit it with severe wounds, whatever it's called again.
Inflict serious wounds.
That's the one.
Cool. So D20 plus 2 against its touch AC.
I'm going to change my dice in a second because I'm struggling to read. What was it? +2?
Yep, D20 plus 2 for you.
It's 13.
13. Let's have a quick look at this. Yep, you beat its touch AC. And you put a hand on it, and your weird, strange energy pulses out into this creature. Is it 3d8 plus 5, Lee?
It's 3d8, but yeah, 3d8 plus 5. Let me just find a d8. So I'll do 5, 6, and 7. So that's what, 18 plus 5, which I've lost count. Damn.
You say you rolled a 5, a 6, and a 7.
Yeah.
So 5 and 6 is 11. 7 is 18. Plus 5 is 23.
Yeah, I got to the last bit and then my brain just went, nope.
That's fine. 23. This thing starts sloughing off like massive pieces of moss, bark. This thing looks like basically now half a tree on legs. It's really lost quite a significant amount of its bulk, and it's looking pale and sickly. The smell's still quite bad, but most of it's scattered around the floor. Yeah, nice one. The Shambler's still got a hold of Ad. It's not let go, and it's going to do some damage. Doesn't have to roll to hit you, I'm afraid. It just gets the damage. It's going to do 10 damage against you, Ad.
Okay.
What we on now?
12
Oh
from
dear.
41.
Oh dear. Someone's going to need to be healed. Ad, your turn to resist. You get +4 this time because Dave helping you.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's D20 +4. Sorry, not +4 because your CMD is +5, so it's it's 5 + 2, so it's 7. It's 7. It's +7.
Okay. 23.
23 breaks you free.
Hey.
You've been doing good with those assists, Dave. They've managed to get people free every time.
God for that, yeah.
So yeah, Dave hacks at this creature. You wiggle free, and the Shambler's no longer got a hold of you. Ad, Dave, it's your turn.
I'll have another swipe at its mass, I think.
Awesome. D20 +5, is it?
Yeah. Doing that 20, 25.
Nice. Roll again to see if it's critical.
Okie dokie. 20.
20. No, what? 20 in total.
No, 25 again.
Oh, another natural 20. That's definitely a critical hit. So with your throwing axe, let's have a quick look what you get on a critical. So your throwing axe, you get ×2 on your crit. So awesome. So that's D6 +1, and then times the result by 2.
Ooh. 3. So I rolled 3 + 1 times it by 2, 8.
So that's 8 damage, and you hack the remainder of this Shambler to bits. You hack off some branches, you manage to get through its main stump, and it just falls to the ground in absolute bits, and it's just a pile of moss, leaves, rubbish, and earth in front of you, and the last of the squirming vines as it falls apart.
We got the first kill of the season, boys.
I mean, you had help.
Just a little bit.
Marion runs over and puts a hand on your arm, and she goes, "Oh, you killed the beast."
Just doing my job.
In my inventory parish, I've got a thing called a healer's kit.
Yes.
Can I use that on myself, or
So what you could do is with your healer's kit has 2 effects. So one is it allows you to use your heal ability in order to get someone up from the ground. So normally you just roll a D10, a D20, and then that would be it. But with your heal ability, you get a bonus on getting someone up from the ground. So think of it as a first aid kit for that. You can also do long-term treatment. So let's say Lee doesn't have any spells on him. For that day, if you've rested, if you get the benefits of a healing kit, it doubles your ability to heal for that day.
right? Okay.
So they're the 2 effects that it has. So it's got a good long-term effect and a good short-term effect, but it doesn't replace sort of magical healing.
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
Okay, doke.
So
Right,
what's your health on at the moment then, Ad? Because I imagine
12.
you 12. Yeah, I'm on 13. So as a free action, I'd like to use 2 of my cure light wounds just to give me and Ad a little bit more health.
Cool. You're not in combat, so you can do what you want. Yeah, do 2 of your light wounds then.
Just need to remember what that is.
1d8 plus your level, which is 5.
I didn't take any damage then.
No, you did well.
Well, the damage I got is from the card.
You didn't manage to pay it off.
I need more of a. Ow. I think I might have to retire these dice.
You need to get some little landmines like me, Lee.
Can't you get some sort of bonus if your character enjoys being strangled?
That Barry.
I don't think we can. Hang on. Right. What was it? Oh, it's plus. It's 1d8, right?
Yeah, 1d8 plus 5.
13 add.
Nice. Thank you very much.
15 for me.
Nice.
How does everyone feel about going to look at that grave over there?
So where we're going to?
Well, there's a grave over here. Do we want to check it out, or do we want to leave alone?
Well, first of all, this thing that's just disintegrated.
Yeah.
So that's some really horrible feedback then.
It's from Dave.
Dave's gone. Robot
Ah. Is there anything around the dead creature that it might have eaten other than grass?
You look inside of this creature, and can I get a perception?
You can. Perception.
Yeah, you sound fine now, Dave.
Perception's 13.
You notice a series of they look almost like the Venus flytrap kind of sacs of the mouth, and you notice that there's a load of sort of a string of them put together, and they look like large bags. They're about the size of each one's the size of a purse, and it looks like it's some sort of intricate. Well, it was some sort of intricate digestive system. So you can try and cut into those pouches if you'd like to have a look at what this thing's eaten.
Yeah. Angelus, do you want to cut into them?
Thanks, man. Yeah.
Roll your sleeves up.
Is Giles slightly queasy?
No, Giles is fine, but Giles isn't stupid. Not saying Angelus is, but you know, I can heal Angelus should he fall ill. I'm going with that.
Sure. Okay then. I'm gonna use my axe blade and cut into these things that we've got here.
Okay, cool. As you start slicing through the planty flesh, you see each one spill open with a dark liquid that just soaks the ground and dissipates really quickly, like a sticky type of acid. And you notice that some bones come out, and you notice a pointy ear as well come out of the first one as well. So this thing has clearly eaten an elf at some point, in at least within the past couple of days. You continue to go through, and there's some little pieces of clothes. There's nothing really of value inside the contents of this thing's stomach. It's digested everything of value.
And Dave's still alive.
And Dave is still alive, yeah.
Perfect. Shall we move over to the skeleton?
Can I retrieve my? Sorry, before we can I retrieve my bow from the cart first?
Yeah, of course you can.
There you go.
So as you take your bow out the cart, you notice a series of boxes in the cart, Dave.
Cool. Can I look in them?
Yeah. You are you going to be discreet, or are you just going to open these boxes that are in Marion's cart?
I'm gonna be. I'm gonna attempt to be discreet.
Can I get a sleight of hand from you as you try to stealthily pry open the nailed shut boxes?
So what's my sleight of hand? Ooh, yeah, okay, yeah, absolutely. Oh, okay. I rolled 16, so plus my sleight of hand, 11. 27.
Okay. While you're doing that, Marion's gone up to Ulf and she's admiring him, putting a hand on his arm, saying, "Oh, you're all so strong. What lovely men." She's a lady she looks like she's in her mid-40s, blonde curly hair, still quite vibrant, sort of flamboyantly dressed, having a little bit of a flirt. You notice this and you realise she's not paying attention to you at all as you rip open the tops of the crates, and you notice a bunch of arrows inside.
Okay.
Just stacks and stacks of arrows. The regular kind.
Do I need arrows? Does anybody else need arrows?
You always need arrows.
Yeah. Because I'm actually down to 40 arrows now. Do you know what? I'm going to try and play this like a good person.
Change. Try not to stray too into chaotic evil.
I might just shout back to Marion and say, what's with all the arrows in the cart?
She's really distracted, so it takes you a couple of shouts while she's like, "Oh, what big muscles you have!" to Ulf, and she turns around and she goes, "Oh." What would you like?
Can I pinch 10 arrows off you, please?
She cocks her head and then nods, and she says, "For my heroes, you can replenish on arrows. I don't know how I'm going to get these boxes to Pienta anyway. Maybe some nice gentleman will come back here and help me carry them."
I don't know where you'll find them, but
She laughs and she says, "I'm sure I can convince someone at some people at the tavern. Maybe someone with a wagon or maybe even with a wheelbarrow."
Sounds good. I've got my 10 arrows. I'm good.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Cool.
So she
Should we
steps
go-
out of here because she doesn't want to get all the dank stuff on her dress.
So, what about this the skeleton bottom left corner?
After you, Angelus.
if you guys want to do that, I mean, can I see anything in this blood trail here? Can I see which way the horse went?
Yes, go on. You've got I'll have perception, please, from you.
Yep.
You don't have anything about tracks, do you?
I've got trap finding.
No, I'm afraid trap finding won't cut it. I'll just have a straight perception from you. So D20 plus 8 for
D20.
guessing the tracks.
D20 plus 8. 17 to 25.
You think the horse was bleeding and it's heading south.
Okay. So it's heading this way?
Yeah.
Okay. No worries. Yeah, if you want, should we go look at that grave then?
After you.
Okay.
Light as always.
No worries. I will go around the swampy bit.
It's pushing her in the right direction.
I'm just waiting for Paris to go. Oh, you tried to throw a landmine or something? Just
Can I have a perception off you, Dave?
Lick.
oh crap. What kind of perception? The trap finding perception or
No, just regular kind of perception, please.
okay. Okay, roll 13. Perception is 21.
Cool. You see right in the distance, because this is actually quite a this is quite a very open area. These trees, whilst being really massive, they're quite far apart. So you could see a good sort of 300, 400 yards if you're really concentrating. Even though you don't have the best eyes, you notice that you pick up one of those very large bushes just moving very slightly in the distance, very slowly. And then you see another one elsewhere, and you notice that actually there's probably quite a few of these shamblers around in this area.
Shit.
But these ones are very far away. Sort of, a couple of lengths of this screen away.
Okay. Can I signal back to Ulf and say, like, look out? Why have you just done night? No, I don't want to know that.
Why don't we?
I was just guessing whether it was about 3. It's probably about four of these screens away. So it's a significant. These move very slowly, and it's very long. They're a very long distance away.
Are they in the direction we need to go in? And if not, can we go the direction very quickly?
You were heading south on the road, so they're sort of this way.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, in the opposite direction to which you're going. But the grave's there.
So is that the grave already? And they're nowhere near that, are they?
No, not really.
You could have a quick dig, Dave, before they arrive.
Sound. Thanks, mate.
This last one was being stealthy. The other ones just look. From what you could tell, Dave, with your perception, is they're just shambling around.
Okay, so they're not really aware of our presence then yet.
Yeah, or maybe you're not close enough for them to try and gobble you up.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna search the grave.
Yep, cool. You notice that there is a skeleton there, and it is got something in its hand that is clutching.
Okay. Can I yeah, I feel this thing's gonna grab me. Can I I'm gonna see what's in its hand.
Cool. You reach down and you see that this skeleton hand is wrapped in it looks like a chain, but very thin chain. And it's just wrapped and bound again and again and again. And underneath you see, between the gaps in the chain, a black stone clutched in its hand.
Ooh, could it be one of those things that you have? Giles.
Onyx. Is it onyx or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
Do you want to give it a praise, Dave?
Yeah, sure.
I'll certainly take it off its finger.
Okay. See again. 20.
In total?
Yeah, in total.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big piece of onyx worth probably anywhere between 50 and 70 gold.
And all of a sudden, Giles comes running over.
The kind Lee would need to summon a skeleton, basically. Or a zombie.
I will... Before I pick it up, can I see what's written on the gravestone?
Of course you can.
You can delete that orange line I've just drawn.
Was that a line of excitement?
It's supposed to be. I was trying to use the ruler.
You're allowed to move freely, by the way. You're not in combat.
Oh.
You want to just walk up next to him, you can.
No, thank you.
I'll just here.
You can't. Have you got a linguistic skill, Dave? Because you can't read this just off the bat. Yeah, you do have linguistics. +5.
Cool. 14, 19.
Cool. You get a bonus because you actually speak the modern version of this language. You read it as Old Dwarven.
Okay.
So it's like an English person trying to read Chaucer English. And and it says something along the lines of, you can kind of make it out. It says, you know, I pledge my soul to the one who would raise me, and then underneath it says the shade of Devar.
The shade of Devar.
Yeah,
Oh, does that mean-
DVAR.
do you want to be raising him then, Lee?
I mean, we don't need him, but we can always take the Onyx thing.
He says he's going to pledge his soul to you, or is that a trap?
I mean, I'm looking at it thinking it's a skinny skeleton. Wait, a skeleton. Do we want to raise it? I feel like we're heading into a trap. Does no one else feel that?
Constantly.
Every single time we play this.
What does it say again?
It says, I pledge my soul to the one who will raise me. And then underneath, it just says the shade of Devar.
Do any of us know anything about this shade of...
Oh, anyone got a knowledge history check?
Ooh,
Well, I've got knowledge religion.
I'll take a knowledge religion off you, Lee.
Yeah.
But
So
I'll take a
D20.
knowledge history if anyone else has it.
no.
Right.
D20 plus 5 for you, Lee.
16.
Yep, the shade of Devar is actually pretty famous. You already know that this thing is not going to be the shade of Devar, because the shade of Devar is buried quite far up north. But the shade of Devar was a dwarf who tried to take over most of Norvald back in ancient times, who was a prominent worshipper of necks. So this person clearly is of the same religion as you, but pledged his soul to a disciple years and years ago. So this is actually probably a very ancient but very well preserved skeleton.
Sod
A
it.
devotee of necks.
Let's bring it back to life. How do I do that? I need the ring, don't I?
The gem is in his hand, chained in his hand. So it's not a ring, it is literally just a gem. You have a couple of different spells. You have Create Undead, which will use the gem. You've got a couple of others which are quite interesting. You've got I believe you've got Talk to Dead or something like that. Where is it? I think you've got...
But can I bring it back and it'll stay? That's what.
Yeah, if you brought it back using Animate Dead,
Yeah.
you could turn it into an undead skeleton that obeys your command, and it will stay around until you can no longer control it. Which will be, if it either exceeds your ability to control it, which it won't do because, you know, it's a dead creature, or it dies, or you decide to give up the ability to command it.
See. Okay. So it's not 5 minutes. Oh no, it's instantaneous. Okay. Can I just touch it and do that then? Do I have to do anything else, or are we okay? Can I just literally walk up to it, touch it, or do I need to roll?
You could. Well, there's a little ritual, but yeah, you can just do that. It just takes one round for you to, you know, pray, use the object, and bring it back. The other thing you have, Lee, is you do have Talk to Dead, or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
Speak
but
with Dead.
Speak with dead.
You grant the semblance of life to a corpse, allowing it to answer some questions. It lasts for 10 minutes, and let's have a quick look if it has any. I mean, do you what you want. I'm just letting you know what spells you have, because you have a load of new spells.
I really do, but why speak to the dead when you can have something that join your army?
That's true, but it doesn't talk to you when it's a Ray skeleton.
So I won't find anything out.
Yeah, I mean, you could do both, or you don't have to talk to it. I don't know why I'm encouraging you to talk to it.
I feel like this guy's got something to say now you've said that. What do you think, guys? Do we speak to this thing and then bring it to life, or do we?
Yeah, might as well. Nothing to lose, have you?
Right. So speak to dead, you grant the semblance of life to a corpse, allowing it to answer questions. What's DC 16 for?
That would be if it has spell resistance.
Okay.
So DC 16 would overcome that spell resistance.
So can I just tap this the skeleton on its shoulder and go, "Help me, you alright?"
That is like the most Nottinghamshire thing you could ever do. You're right. What's going on? Yeah. So you put your hand on it, and your magic pulses into this skeleton, and its head rolls back, and its jaws open, and it goes, "Ask," and it'll answer a few questions for you.
Who were you?
I was a follower of the Shade of Far. I was a disciple priest.
Guys, any questions you want to ask this thing before?
What happened to you?
Yeah.
I was betrayed, left in this forest of shamblers. My allies buried me and preserved me. I was dug up recently.
Who were you dug up by?
A fellow priest of Nex.
Oh, Giles, what are you up to?
What did he want? What did he take off you?
He didn't take, he gave.
So, a fellow priest of Nex dug you up and gave you the onyx?
Is that a question?
What?
Yeah,
No.
sure, yeah.
Let's go. What did he give you?
3 paces from the tree, by the cart. 3 paces south, a chest is buried.
I'm just going over here, guys.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Good luck, Giles.
3 paces south of the cart. About there.
From the tree.
Have you got a spade
Which
on
tree
you,
is this
Angelus?
I'll wait while he's to do some digging. This guy's got all the time in the world to answer some more questions.
Yeah, totally. What was he? He was from the tree near the cart.
Yeah.
3 paces south.
Yeah.
Oh, so hang on, it's going to be. So this.
So it's
tree,
either
I'm
going to
guessing.
be from that tree there, or is it from like this dead one in here?
You could try either.
Can I? I've got a nature geography. Can I use that to see if there's any disturbed land or anything?
Just treat it like sea of thieves and
Of course
dig
you
up
can.
everywhere.
Yeah. Use your knowledge of geography, Ad.
Oh dear. It's a 20.
Yeah. So you got 20 in total.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here on the path, you can see that the path's been dug up, and it just doesn't look right.
I don't have a shovel, but I've got my axes. So I'm going to start digging with them.
Yeah. Can I grab a branch and just start hoofing
Yeah, of
the
course you
earth?
can. Yeah,
Yeah.
start digging. So you dig with a branch, do you?
Yeah.
It's really shallow, and you come upon a chest.
Nice.
Here we go.
I'll,
Pull it down.
I'll just stop Angelus and go, Angelus, check for traps.
As I smile from a distance, going, "I'm safe."
I hope the skeleton jumps up and strangles you.
Can I get a perception for you to check for traps?
Yeah, sure thing. Where's my trap finding one? Perception. Oh, 10. Good job. 13. 23.
Cool. Yeah, as you begin to touch this, to sort of tinker and check for traps, you remember when you were being taught these skills in Hindles, where you're from, to check for some basic signs of some magical traps, and some of those are like little runes and carvings. As you inspect this, you see one of those types of carvings in. You don't know what sort it is, but this thing is magically rigged to activate upon opening.
Ah, crap.
Um,
I know what we can do.
give it to
Two
Giles.
things we can do. Two things we can do. Yeah, we can go Giles. Oh,
What was that
Yeah,
lady's
Marion.
name?
yeah.
Marion.
Marion.
Oh, you guys are evil.
I mean, it's not a bad shout. We could also just throw it.
Or we can get your skeleton friend to open it up for us.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, actually, yeah, it's in plan.
That's great.
Or there's always Marion as a backup, just in case.
Yeah.
Can skeletons actually open things? I know we can move and they can attack, defend.
Yeah, it'll be able to open. So if it's a simple command like lift this, lower this, swipe at this,
Oh, right.
like they can't do anything that requires complex skill, basically. Like you couldn't ask one to cook your meal, but you could ask one to bring the plate of food over here.
Okay. So I've got one more question for my skeleton before I bring it back to life to do whatever I say. And the question is, what's in the chest?
I do not know.
Well,
Right.
go on and open it up, mate, and find out.
So I touch the skeleton again on its shoulder and go, wake up!
The gem crumbles in its hand and merges with its body as it begins to shake, and it begins to rise, and you see the skeleton risen. Give me a second and I find a skeleton template for you.
It's been a while since I had a skeleton. I do miss Boris. Does everyone remember Boris?
Was that the pig?
Yeah.
Boris the pig, yes.
I forgot about Boris the pig.
I have.
Boris.
Did it explode when Thingy threw him?
Yeah, it did.
Harold threw.
Yeah, that was awesome. I'm trying to find the original because we had like Santa and all sorts of different skeletons.
Yeah.
I don't have a good. What I'll do is I'll put a temporary one down for now, and then next session I'll put a more appropriate one. You called your last one Dave, which is hilarious. For some reason, I have that on there. But yeah, this skeleton raises, and he doesn't have arrows and stuff. He actually doesn't have a weapon, but he raises up.
Okay.
And for some reason, his mouth is still flapping. He's still under your spell for the next 5 minutes. So he still can be asked questions.
Oh, okay.
Stop that. But he's just like shuffling you and following you, like with a vacant look.
Cool. I want him to follow me over here to these two guys, and I'll just go to Ulf and Jess. What is your character's name? Because I completely forgot.
Where's my what? Sorry, mate.
Character's name.
Angelus.
It is Angelus. Okay, cool. So, Ulf and Angelus, any questions, get asking it. Get them all out quick before he shuts up.
Cool. What's the quickest way to the next? Where are we heading to? Again, sorry, guys.
Ghent, was it?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
What's the quickest way to get there? Through the forest?
South.
Cool.
Thanks.
What a guy.
Yeah, it's very talkative, isn't he, this guy? I like the way he still has a dead body as well in the bottom. I'm guessing that's written onto the map.
It is written onto the map.
Yeah.
Is there many more dangers on our path?
There is always danger. The Shamblers
Nice and vague.
have always taken a liking to elf flesh.
Nice.
Oh,
So-
I'm safe.
So I turn to you two and
Just
say,
move away from me.
if we just move over here and we'll command this skeleton here. I'll waste the skeleton here. Open the chest.
Cool. The skeleton opens the chest, and you see a massive, like, shockwave as the blood from the horse gets pulled in. And Marion's not yet stepped back, but you notice that some of the blood from her wound fly into near towards the chest, and she sort of screams a bit, but it's clearly not impacting her enough because she's a little bit away from the chest. You see the blood sort of pull in, and the chest goes red as it gently pops open. So it's drained basically the blood of everything around it. The skeleton is unaffected because it doesn't have any blood.
Okay.
Can we see if there's anything in the chest from where we are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, easily. The chest looks full of goodies.
On my
This
way.
whatever like that.
Dave legging it over. Oh, look.
Dave, you're not losing any blood, are you?
Don't know.
Did Dave notice any blood loss on his way over there? Dungeon
No.
Master?
The spell as far as
Okay.
as far as he's concerned is gone.
Cool. Let's go back over.
Cool. The chest is in the skeleton's hands.
Put the chest down.
Yep, he puts the chest down.
Okay. And what's inside the chest? Let's look inside.
The first thing you see is a book, a large book, bound with silver and what looks like leather.
Is there anything written on the outside of the book?
Yes. You recognise the language as common, and the book is called the Psalms of Nex.
Sounds like something that I should be putting into my backpack.
Yeah, it's a religious book of the Psalms of Nex.
I'll take that.
Yep. As you lift this up, you see that there is a what looks like a bony skeleton finger bound onto a piece of wood with, again, like chained wire, and it looks like a wand of some sort.
I'll take that.
And underneath there is a bag of what looks like an awful lot of coins.
I'll take that.
Yeah, I was going to say I'll give that to one of the other guys to carry.
Do you open the bag?
Sure. Wait, before I do.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I check for traps?
Yeah, of course you can.
Cool. Only 13, so 19. No, 18.
Yeah, you don't detect any traps, but there is definitely something else in there other than coins.
Fingers?
More fingers?
Do you open it up?
Yes, I open it up.
So you see a load of platinum coins in there, which is really good. Platinum coins are incredibly valuable. As well as you see a piece of paper bound in a silver ring with a wax seal on it.
Oh, okay. I'll have a look at the ring.
Yep. The ring has it's a silver ring with a big wax blob binding it to the paper, and the symbol is a skull and a sickle, the seal of Nex.
I suppose that's going to go to.
Also,
Can I read what's on the
thank you very much.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to read it without opening it.
You can open it then, Giles.
Okay, I'll open that.
I'll take the platinum.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can keep all of that.
It's written in common, a spindly hand, and it says something along the lines of, "Brother, I had a dream that you would be opening in this. I can't wait to see you since we last met. I hope you enjoyed the gift I gave you. It was lovingly teased from the skull of a non-believer. I leave these here for you as tokens of my appreciation. I will see you soon." And it isn't signed. Oh, it's signed your beloved brother.
Okay. I mean, even with all this next stuff, I don't like it.
Has the skeleton stopped speaking yet, or?
The skeleton still asks questions. Yeah, the skeleton still able to answer questions.
Does he know if this is his brother from the letter?
He just says, "All worshippers are brothers under Nex."
Okay.
Cool. Can I count how much platinum's in my bag?
Yeah, of course you can. There's 300 platinum in there,
Oh, your bag is it now, Dave?
which is 3,000, basically the equivalent of 3,000 gold.
Yeah, but let's not forget, he's the one that's going to have to buy all the cure light wounds, moderate wounds, etc., etc. He may have the platinum on him, but we will be using it one way or another.
They'll be using it to resurrect you next time.
Yeah.
Well, as I on episode 2.
Again.
Yeah.
Well, since Giles got all that, Wolf, shall we split this?
I have no problems with that.
I don't need the cash. I'll just get you two to buy me things, or I'll say you give me money or you die. It's fine.
I mean, Giles owes us about 10 grand anyway, doesn't he?
Oh, that was season 2, guys. That's season 2. That's been written off now.
Can I get a perception of Ulf and Giles, please, just as this bag of coins comes out?
Oh no.
Oh, I've got those
30.
18, and yes, that does include my little contact lenses.
Okay, cool. This chest has a hollow bottom.
Ooh.
Can my skeleton take a look inside that hollow bottom, please?
Cool. The skeleton just literally tears the chest apart, and out of the bottom falls 3 arrowheads. That are shiny, and also the head of a dagger. Sorry, a dagger blade. So not the whole dagger, but parts. And they look rusted over, but beneath the rust, you see it's shining like an eerie green.
Is there anything strange about the arrowheads?
Yeah, same color, weird metal that you've just not seen before. But rusted, they look ancient.
So keep hold of them, Dave?
Don't mind. I mean, depends. If you want to hold on to the arrowheads and the cool bits, I'll keep hold of the 300 platinum.
Well, I was thinking we could just appraise them later, see what they're all about.
Oh, I'll do that. I'll carry them. But I mean, I suppose it's only fair we give each other 100 platinum each.
Was it that much? Was it?
It was 300 platinum.
Wow.
So the equivalent of 300 gold.
2,000 gold.
3,000 gold. Sorry, yeah.
Nice, yeah. Cool. Yeah, I'll have half that.
Yeah. So 150 each then.
I love the way you two are taking all the gold and platinum. It's absolutely fine. I know I don't need it. I'll just get you to buy whatever I need. It's absolutely fine.
This is true, yeah.
I'll command you to if I have to. I was just opening up my D&D. I don't know why I call it D&D because it's clearly Pathfinder, but do I still have a snake egg? Why have I got that in there?
Oh yeah,
Got a
you
what?
stole snake eggs, didn't you? Do
I
you
got a
remember?
snake egg.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, yeah,
Oh God, no.
yeah.
You keep them daggers and arrowheads, Dave, for now, mate.
Yeah, no worries.
I can't wait for that to hatch.
Oh God.
I think you guys are carrying around quite a few magic items that you have no idea what they do.
Yeah.
You lifted,
just looking through
you
my
lifted the
stuff I've
weird
got.
leather mask from the werewolf, didn't you? The one that had a load of
Yeah.
weird effects. You've got a few other magic items as well, or suspected magic items. So you'll need to, when you head to a city, go through them at some point.
Don't we have like a dead squid as well?
No,
I think I got rid of that, didn't I?
rotted in his backpack, and it made it stink. So you had to get a new backpack.
Have you still got
Cool.
the small purse that's never ending inside?
Oh, I forgot
Yeah.
about Mary Poppins' bag.
I've got that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And I've got a necklace of Cassis. I don't know if that was anything.
You don't know. It's a religious necklace, as far as you know for now. Again, you need to pay for shit to be appraised. Or Dave's appraisal needs to be good enough to tell you know what it
Dave's.
is. But he's not done it since he's been level 5, so he can appraise things. But I think that's probably for next time on Pathfinder Norvald. We
yeah.
are at 10
Close up,
o'clock,
then.
so
Yeah.
we'll
Sorry.
take a break and we'll do it next time.
Sorry we were late tonight. Just for those that don't know the name, Dave and Jess, top left, was late joining us tonight. Here's the reason we were late on, but we will be on. Is it fortnight's time, Paris, at 8 p.m?
Well, it's up to you guys. Like, do you want to do it weekly? Do you want to do it bi-weekly? I don't mind.
It's still good for me weekly at the moment. Obviously, depends on what happens
My
some
preference
weekends.
is
But,
weekly, but I know that everyone has different preference.
I mean, it's
I'm
bad enough
happy with
remembering what's
it.
going on in a week. So
I'm happy with it being once every 2 weeks or something like that. I don't mind.
All right, well, we'll come back to that, but it will be every week or every fortnight. I have to think about it.
I mean, I don't mind taking regular breaks. So we do maybe 3 episodes weekly and then take a week break, or just an ad hoc one. But I don't mind. For me, consistency is good. But I would also do once every 2 weeks if that's the preference of everyone.
We could think about that then and update it as we go. Cool.
No worries.
Well, thanks for
Sounds
watching. That was fun, Paris. Thanks for trying to kill us all as per usual.
No worries.
Catch you all next time.
Catch you
Have a
next
good one.
time on Pathfinder Norvald.